Thank you. There's lots of causes of poverty, and some of them, such as high housing costs, are by necessity a long-term fix. But the risk of criminal exploitation is now today, or for today's kids. So do you think that there's anything that the strategy is missing or should be added to help with the very real problem today, or is it doing the job that we hope it is? Charis, if I could turn to you first. We're meeting next week coincidentally, so I'll go to you first.
Thank you. Yes, I think everything Lynn has said highlights the issues that we have here, and I think it's too easy to look at the cost of poverty as simply the cost of social security. But actually what we know is that poverty costs so much more, and inaction on poverty is more expensive than prevention. So I think that really what we would call for is greater investment in prevention, and we see the benefit of that. So if we go back to the Scottish Child Payment, we've seen the impact of that for families in Scotland. But it's not enough, and actually what we would say is we shouldn't need to have a Scottish Child Payment. It's there because of the inadequacy of universal credit. And so what we need to see is incomes increased, families having enough to live on. When the Scottish Child Payment was first introduced, it was only £10 a week per child, but families told us at that point that it paid for things like swimming lessons that they couldn't afford. Now families are telling us they couldn't live without it. They're having to use it to pay for their food shop because the cost of living has gone up so exponentially, and yet we've not seen universal credit rise to help to guarantee covering the essentials alongside it. And I think we've got to look at that kind of preventative, maximising incomes. The other thing I would say is that we shouldn't be looking at the child poverty strategy in isolation from the universal credit review, that the two things should be happening together to make sure that there aren't any unintended consequences from the universal credit review.